Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Villains on the Rebirth server. We are with our level 47 Mastermind Nightmare Lass, who has 28.5 million XP, 1.26 million to go to get to level 48, which is one of the only 3 levels we have left, and 97 million infamy. And we just finished a story arc actually for Vernon, and we started another one. So this is, do we have any clues? Yeah, so this is where Vernon was upset because the last plan didn't work with the devouring earth. And so we went back to Eden, and we found out the devouring earth had lost their hostility, which he doesn't like, and he accidentally helped the people of Paragon City. And we got some scientists, we kidnapped them, and so now Vernon's going to be trying to get them to, I guess, give up the goods. So let's see what he has to say. I'll show them radical theories. I'll show them all. This guy's a real nut. Those fool scientists did not tell me all I needed to know before they were rescued, right? The longbow rescued them. But at least we did learn that the heroes of Paragon City know nothing. However, there may be another place we can seek for clues. I have heard reports that the devouring earth in St. Marshall have been fighting amongst themselves. They need to return to St. Marshall and subdue a nested devouring earth. Okay, so as long as it's not a street hunt, we're good. I'm going to pause it here, and I'll bring you back when we're in St. Marshall. Alright, folks, we are back. At Kievara's suggestion, I have upped it to ×2 players instead of ×1, so we'll get a few extra minions. I don't want to up it too much, because the problem with doing that is it just often can make the mission take a lot longer, especially in a defeat all. So we'll see how it goes. I haven't done multiple, set it to multiple players with a Mastermind yet, so I can't believe I haven't actually tried that. I think I mentioned trying it back in the 20s, and then I just never thought to do it. My knee-jerk is always to go up and down in the level, and I never think about the number of foes, mostly because with a scrapper or a tanker, when you're a solo, it's just that many more guys you have to take down, and it takes that much longer. But with pets, it might not be so bad, so we'll see what happens here. We'll see how it goes. And it may give us a few more. It may give us a few more lieutenants as well. Though this looks like a standard spawn, so it may not have triggered yet. The ×2. It might take the game a mission or two to figure it out. And of course, it's also going to give us a lot more rubble. You guys fighting with each other? Well, that's interesting. Go ahead. Doesn't bother me. So, I've been thinking about what I want to do next, and I don't have any games that I want to actually record. But I've been thinking about, as I've mentioned, that I want to do some solo tabletop gaming, and I've pretty much focused and settled on the Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, or Suede as it's called. And I actually started prepping, doing a fantasy. I got a random continent map, and I started placing some random stuff in the starting couple hexes, figuring that we'll go from there, and I was going to do a lot of hex crawling and stuff. And I decided, you know what? It's too much like D&D. I'm not sure I want to do that. So instead, I thought about it, and I said, you know, I'd like to kind of do something different. And I thought about the different kinds of genres you can do with Savage Worlds or any game like that. And for whatever reason, the idea struck me to maybe do some sort of like a 1930s kind of a pulp adventure, sort of like a Indiana Jones type character. who's maybe a relic hunter type, maybe like a sort of Indiana Jones slash Tomb Raider. And so I'm definitely thinking of doing that. But as I thought of that, I realized, I've never actually, I've seen footage of it and I know what the theme of it is, but I've never actually played anything in the Tomb Raider franchise. I thought maybe I should play one of these games, and it turns out they're on like an 89% sale today. Unfortunately, by the time this is uploaded, it'll probably be over. But yeah, I was able to pick up the 3 most recent Tomb Raiders, not Lara Croft, but just the Tomb Raider, Rise of Tomb Raider, and Tomb Raider Shadow or something, for like $20 for 3 games. The 2014 game, or 13, was like $3. Like, I don't know how you could go wrong paying $3 for a video game. So I was like, yeah, let me try it. I actually played about, I don't know, half an hour of the 2013 one, which is sort of the reboot of the franchise. It's kind of a trilogy that retells, I guess, the quote-unquote origin of Lara Croft. Not that I care about that too much, but it seemed pretty cool. I've played through like the intro where it teaches you how to use the keys and stuff, and how to look around the environment and do that kind of stuff. And I think for a 2013 game, much like this, and it's better than this, obviously, because this was put out 10 years before that, but for a 2013 game, I think the graphics and the visuals are pretty amazing. And, I've only kind of done the tutorial, but I've enjoyed the gameplay so far, so that's kind of cool, and I'm sure that'll give me some ideas. But obviously, she's in a more, I think she's in a more modern setting, although it was sort of hard to tell in the opening sequence because there wasn't really any technology. She was like in an ocean liner crash, and then ended up on an island, and then had to escape from some weird cultists who were trying to kill people, and they were using spikes and hooks and things like that. So I don't know if that means we're in the 1930s or if that means we're in a modern day. I really don't know. I've seen 1 or 2 of the movies, like the old ones with Angelina Jolie, and I didn't like them, which made me not want to play the video games. But I get the sense that the video games are way better than the movies, so that's kind of sad, but typical for Hollywood. And yeah, well, we'll kind of see what happens. But you guys coming? Sometimes they like to get lost here. But I definitely, regardless of whether I play a lot of Tomb Raider, I definitely think I want to do some sort of a pulp adventure, explore ancient ruins kind of character. Some character who is some kind of a relic hunter type, and maybe doesn't start out that way, just going to an archaeological dig site, and then the movie The Mummy style ends up getting caught up, or Indiana Jones style ends up getting caught up in the occult, magic, weird stuff. Maybe some science fiction, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which was not a movie I liked, had sci-fi in it, and Raiders of the Lost Ark had kind of religious, divine magic in it, and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom had kind of occult magic in it, right, with the guy ripping people's hearts out and mind controlling people and stuff. So, I think it could be very interesting. Have a lot of promise. One of the things I want to do is have like this character have. I don't know if there's a term for it in Savage Worlds, and I don't think there's an edge for it in Savage Worlds, but what in other settings would be called a second sight, like the ability to see things that other people can't see. And it's sort of like a gift and a curse, and that's kind of like, I don't think there's an edge for it. So what I was thinking of getting her is, there's a type of magic background called Gifted, where you get a single power and a lot of power points to cast it, but you only get 1 power to start with, and it's sort of for a low magic type setting. And and the power that I was thinking of giving her is basically detect magic, essentially. So the idea that, unlike other people who don't have that ability, my main character will have this second sight that enables her to see demons or strange, weird things, and so she's sort of like an occult investigator or something like that. So I'm not 100% sure exactly how I'm going to start it out, and I don't know how I'm going to make up the character yet. But I definitely think that's the concept, and I love the idea of using, say, pre-World War II, 1930s-ish technology I wish I had seen it more recently. I remember my dad, who was a big fan of like World War II movies and stuff. I guess it's good the mission ended because one of our guys can't get up. Just dismiss them all. There was this TV series, like a documentary series called Between the Wars, and it was all about the history of the world between like 1919 at the after World War One, and like 1939 World War Two. It was a lot of stuff about the 20s and the mid to late 20s and the early 30s, and it was a really interesting series. I remember when I was a kid, I used to like watching it with him, but I don't remember any of it because I was like 7 or 8 when this was on, and so yeah, I mean, I feel like that period was a very interesting and cool period. There's enough technology. You got pistols and cars, but they're like old school, like Duesenbergs and stuff. And you've got electricity, but and radio, but there's no like instant communication with cell phones, and there are no computers to figure things out for you. So everything has to be kind of done by the brute force of the brain, which is why I prefer mysteries set like in the first half of the 20th century or even in the 1800s, because again, the detective has to use their brain power. They can't use DNA technology or even fingerprint technology in some books in order to solve the mystery, and I prefer that. And so I like the idea of the character not being able to rely on those sorts of things and having to like rely on their brain power. So, so yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm kind of thinking of. Both the game Tomb Raider has made me interested more than any other game I've been thinking about trying. I don't plan on streaming it. I don't think it. I played it enough that I don't. I think it's too cinematic, and there's just not enough to talk about, and it won't be possible for me to talk about other things because I haven't played it before and I have to concentrate on the actual game. I don't think it would be an enjoyable game to watch me play. So I'm not interested in actually streaming it, but I am interested in playing it. And the Savage Worlds idea of this pulp character, I just like it so much better than what I was trying to do with the fantasy. That as I was messing around with the fantasy, I was thinking, okay, how can I make this a short adventure? So a short campaign, like just a short, like say 10-hour campaign every half hour, give myself experience, level up to 20 the 20th advance just to see how it goes, and then switch off to the one I really want to do, which is this pulp thing. And then I finally said, well, why do that? Let me just go into the pulp thing. Yeah, I'm going to make a lot of mistakes and screw things up and have to regen the character and retcon things, but I'm really excited about this idea and coming up with this storyline, and I think it'll be fun to do. So, and that's the name of the game, is Fun. I don't think I'm going to record or post that either. Again, I think I don't know that it would be interesting to watch. It's just a still screen. It's not like this where there's stuff going on. All right, so we call him, and he says it will take time to analyze these creatures. Something must have gone awry with the growth bomb when it went off, but what? I can only hope that nothing goes disastrously before we have a chance to figure it out. Well, that sounds like the Seinfeld quote of, barring any unforeseen circumstances, next mission, there's an unforeseen circumstance. Want to bet? Nightmare Last, something has gone disastrously wrong. Yup. The devouring earth have started attacking arachnospaces. If they've been infected by my force of the earth mutagen, this could all lead right back to me, or us. Uh-oh. Who could have anticipated such a turn of events? I did. Would come to pass when I began playing with an intricate and alien ecosystem and the semi-intelligent monstrosities that dwelled within it. All right, let's investigate what's going on in the attack on the Arachnos base. And his last vial of bees. Yeah, I don't care about the vial of bees. I have my own minions. The base is most likely already lost, but if you can recover the base commander and shut down the computer system, that should help mitigate the loss. In the meantime, I will continue examining the creatures you collected, and so forth. Okay. So, we're right here in St. Marshall, so we can just go ahead, and it's actually quite close. Alright. In we go. That's a quartermaster. I was wondering who that was over there. And yet another Arachnos base. I love this game, but I will not miss these bases when I am going back to the hero side. Now, I will say, in terms of recording, I might be willing to keep recording City of Heroes. I mean, if that's something people want to see, I don't mind doing it. I mean, I'm going to be playing it regardless. We'll be doing a brute. I think I probably won't record everything. You know, I will be, you know, sort of be more selective about what I record. But I certainly wouldn't mind showing the brute. Oh, look, we got a boss right away. Hold on, guys. Back up. Yeah, we're going to need to buff you up. Let's do Hell on Earth. We won't do all the buffs in case we need some later, but we'll do Hell on Earth, World of Pain, and then I'll go cut the Devoured's defenses down. Alright, let's start attacking. And debuff. Oh boy, don't hit me. Alright, so let's see, guys. Should be pretty good. I really don't like these banners because it makes it very hard to see. I wish you could, like, toggle them off or something. Excellent. Very nice. Yeah, I think the Devoureds might be vulnerable to fire. Or at least they don't have a lot of resistance to it. I'm used to fighting these guys with, like, smashing or lethal. And they do have resistance to smashing and I think lethal. So we have 3 computers to deactivate. There's an elevator here. But my guess is there may be a computer on this level, so let's... Oh, another boss. Oh, cool. So this must be the +2 setting, right? Not the ×2 setting, that there are extra players, so now it's going to give us some more bosses, so that's actually good. Alright. Well, I guess it's good that we didn't use all of our buffs at once. We have our debuffer ready to go, so we're going to give him that one now. And we still have Hell on Earth active. Let's go ahead and attack the boulder. And then I will debuff. And then I better get out of here, or he's going to hit me. And Rubbles. And now we got to get this boss. Ignore the Rubbles, guys. Larry. There we go. And these guys are getting caught up on the furniture, unfortunately. Yeah, these guys must be, the Devourers must be somewhat vulnerable to fire, because he's getting chewed down really fast compared to other bosses. And that was worth 43,000 XP. Man. One thing is going to happen if we keep fighting a lot of bosses is we are going to just barrel through the XP. So props to Kievar for the suggesting, which I should have thought of, upping just the group size. Even just going up to 2, it looks like it's given us a bit more of a challenge without getting ridiculous. And I don't think I'll need to set that back down if I go down to +0 to fight elite bosses. Yeah, I should have thought of that. I used to like doing this with my tankers, right? Not upping the level, but upping the number, because it made you feel like a tanker when you're fighting, like, you know, 3 heroes worth of spawns. Alright guys, come with me. Let's go ahead and give Curly a little more menace defense. Where are you, Curly? What are you doing, Curly? Oh, come on. You've got to be kidding me. So he's stuck. Alright, go away. He got stuck behind the pipe. And now once we have him targeted, we'll rebuff. You know, something I hadn't considered, but hasten might be a worthwhile take here to just get this thing sped up. We wouldn't use it generally, but we could use it after using Hell on Earth just to get it to come back faster. Sounds like there's another Devoured perhaps in there. Oh, is there a cairn out? Get the cairn first. Now, can we freeze the granite, please? Well, slow him is good. There we go. Freeze him so he can't put out a cairn. Alright guys, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, again, that's a good call doing the ×2. It's made it a little more interesting. A little more difficult. Maybe we get a few more bosses. It looks like we do have another boss in there. Oh, excellent. And we've got some other guys. And there's a glowy. And there's some guys over there too. Alright, let's see if we can pull them out. What do we got over there? We have a boulder. Boulder. Okay. I'm going to need extra to hit because those guys have high defense. We should be alright though, because I have a lot of accuracy on this power now. Got him. Very nice. Stay back. Okay, that's nice, but stay back. They took out a rebel. I'm very proud of them, but stay back. Yeah, we want to definitely bring the guys on the side over here. I'm surprised it didn't tell me that was blocked. Attack. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I ordinarily wouldn't pick out yellow cons like that, but with a greater devoured in there, I think we need to. So it looks like we're going to get the base commander or one of the base lieutenants freed once we beat the devoured, and we're also going to get a glowy. Oh, another rebel. I think there's another guy over here. Yep. Oh, there's a granite. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get him, but we can get the boulder, I think. Yeah, the lieutenants have resistance to this. So it's not just missing, it's that they have some resistance to it. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get him to come to us, you know, with a teleport. I might have to do a standard pull. And there's the glowy. Alright, that's a regular pull. He should come to me. Unfortunately, he put a cairn down. I don't like that. But we might be able to teleport the cairn out here once he's dead. He's at least not going to be in the radius of the cairn. So he's going to take, look at that, all that damage that they're doing. Right, so one of the nice things about these pets is that these guys are not highly resistant to fire. And so it does a lot of damage to them. Can I teleport the cairn out? I don't know about that. Because I don't want that thing buffing the boss for sure. Alright, perfect. So what do we got left in here? We have a lieutenant, a minion, and a greater devoured. I think we're going to need to do a pull. Alright, let's start the buffing. Oh gosh, there's another guy in there? Well, we should be alright from here. Pull this guy out, because we should be able to get them to come out to us now. Oh, great. He threw down a Cairn. Well, he came out of the radius, so that's good. But we're going to have to push our guys back as soon as we defeat him. Come back. It looks like they're still taking good damage. I'll lower the defense here. As long as he doesn't back up into the Cairn radius, we're good. And he's not. And we'll take stealth off because we're probably going to have to lead this guy out. I'm going to send my guys after the Cairn. And I will get the glowy. Alright, so 2 computer parts to get. We're not going to go pick up the minion, the little Arachnos guy yet, the base mistress or whatever. Let's get this Cairn over here. I do like that you can teleport them. And just go after the Cairn. Oh wow, it didn't like, the image of it didn't move. That's interesting. I wish there was a way with the targeting for me to like target non-underlings, because the rubbles are totally irrelevant. But Control Tab always targets the nearest, regardless of rank. Are we done? Good job, guys. So let's talk to this person. So I don't know if they're going to follow me. I don't care. I guess I don't have to get them out. So we can go back under stealth. And now we go to the next level. Yeah, I'm enjoying a lot the slightly elevated difficulty level of ×2. I like that a lot. Having more bosses to fight is cool, although it is going to absolutely crank the XP, which is fine. I don't mind that. Oh wow, look at that spawn. Okay, yeah, this is great. Again, Kievar, great call. Let's see. I'm going to do anything special here, right? Just attack the granite first. Yeah. Move in and attack. And I'm going to come in here and cut their defense. I like that I can use that in almost every battle. It's really cool. It's a great debuff. Look, you notice they really still can't do that much to me. And I think one of the things that super helps is the freezing AoE that does the slow, because then they can't do their special abilities and stuff, which is incredibly helpful. And they also try to run out of it, so they waste time trying to run out of it instead of trying to hit back, which also gives you like more combat rounds of like attacking for free, kind of, which is great. Oh, is that a boss? Excellent. Alright, we're going to have to pull. So we'll do that. We'll pull from the front. That was a perfect pull. We got 2 guys. I like this. Again, I like it because now I have to actually think about it. We can't just blindly go through the mission. Super cool. Yeah, I don't know why I did not think to do this before. That was really dumb. It's not like I don't know that you can do +2 ×2. I was doing that on Silver Phoenix for like 10 levels. I remember in one of the recordings I made, although it might have been one I couldn't post, in one of the recordings I made, I actually said, well, you know, it was an outdoor mission, it was so long, and I said, well, you know, I kind of did this to myself because I put it on ×2, and so there are more enemies to defeat in a defeat all, and it looks like he saw me. Yep, here they come. Alright, well, let's start buffing, and we'll send my guys into attack. And I'll debuff. That works most of the time. Now, I didn't use this one, Painbringer, because it's an individual buff on that I usually put on Curly, and I don't know if, you know, if we keep having multiple bosses, I don't want to burn all the buffs at once. These are very long recharge. The World of Pain comes back more quickly, so I don't mind using that. I still think it's weird that these guys cry out like werewolves. Very, very strange. It's going to be interesting to see how many rebels we have after all the boulders are dead. I can't even keep track of it because they die so fast. I think it was 4. But I could be wrong. Oh, cool, another boss. Alright. Anybody else? Okay, way back there. So this is why I tried to preserve some buffing. And we can hit World of Pain when it activates. We'll pull this guy out just to give us an extra couple seconds to destroy him before the boss gets to us. And the boss didn't even come. So go on up there, guys. Attack. We'll do World of Pain. And I'll debuff. So the idea is it would take too long to wait for all the buffs to trigger. So I use like half of them at a time, and it helps against the boss. It's enough for a single boss. It might not be enough against an elite boss, but against a regular boss, not so bad. And this is just insane, the amount of XP we're getting. And there is a +1 lieutenant. I don't see anything beyond him. We could end up with some bad aggroing here, but I don't think we're going to be able to pull him because he's a +1 lieutenant. I'll never hit. Is Curly managing to AoE hold these guys now? That is awesome. I didn't know he could do that. I thought he could only do one target at a time. Good job, guys. Yeah, it looks like maybe he's just triggering it a lot. But at one point, it looked like he did 3 at once. And there is another glowy. So I'll let them fight the rebels while I click. My guess is there's one more level left. And let's look at the clock here. Yeah, so this is going to be the last mission we do. We did one short one and then this one, which is longer. Come with me, guys. This is gross. Look at that. Those are the arachnoids. Ugh. I have to say, even though it's a dark base, they did a nice job with the atmospherics in here. I just, you know, I get sick of this base after a while. But they definitely did a good job with it. Where are we going here? Don't we have another tunnel? Oh, to the north. You guys coming? Elevators. Yep, one more level it looks like. There might be a base commander in here to rescue as well. I don't know if that Arachno Spider was supposed to be the base commander or not. There's a granite. Alright, let's see if we can pull. Well, you probably can't. Let's just hit the granite. Screw it, let's just hit him. Move in. Attack. And I'll give you some help with a debuff to the defense. And he got the cairn out anyway, so let's kill it. You know, I mean, I can kill it, that's no problem. But I didn't even think about it, but when he puts the cairn out, I could just teleport it over here, and they're probably too stupid to run into the radius of it. And if I move it, and he's not in the radius, but it's still up, he won't regenerate it either. Not that he can do anything while he's frozen. So this is interesting, right? This battle, the only guy that got frozen was the one lieutenant. The previous battle, people were getting frozen, the enemies were getting frozen all over the place. So I'm not sure. In terms of whether Curly can freeze multiple ones at a time. I didn't think he could. I don't know that I've ever noticed him do it before. It's always been one at a time, as far as I remember. Somebody running away. You can't run away from me. I'm going to teleport you. And that pulled these two guys. Go ahead and attack, guys. Well, I guess maneuvers isn't hurting my endurance that much, so I'll just leave it up. It does give them a pretty nice buff. It's way better to me than, not maneuvers, what is it? Tactics. It's way better than maneuvers. Tactics is the 2-hit buff, and it's a pretty decent one. Wow. Alright, let's dive in. Let's be a little bit reckless. Okay, let me try the cairn teleport. Just for fun. And there goes the buff, right? And it shouldn't bother me anymore. Oh, no, did he put out another one? He put out another one. Where is it? Or did it not move? No, it's over there. Okay, so he didn't put out another one. We're just still seeing the animation. Oh no, he did put out another one. Just not letting me target it. Oh, I guess this is what it is. I guess it's that. I don't know. Because I can't target this. I don't know if it's actually buffing them or not. It doesn't look like it. Alright, well, I guess I out-clevered myself. Just take care of it. Yeah, I guess it was buffing them a little bit. That was quite the battle, but notice we survived it just fine. That was 2 spawns of times 2. Yeah, I'm going to start using this defense debuffer more because it comes back every minute, so there's really almost no reason not to. The worst case scenario is if I use it in a battle and I need it again. Since a battle takes a good 30-35 seconds, I have to wait 15 to 30 seconds before fighting an elite boss. Big deal. And it can debuff everybody in an area, not just the boss, right? Okay, guys, back up. Pull him back. Let me teleport that cairn. Oh, we got the boss. That's not good. Alright, we got to get that cairn out of there. got to get rid of the granite so he doesn't put any more cairns up. That's a higher priority than the boss. Oh, the boss didn't come? I thought the boss came. Let's go ahead and start the buffs since there is a boss in there. No, 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 no. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to have them go after him right now. Alright, well, that's alright. We're fine. We gotta get rid of the cairn, though. Take care of that first. I'm glad it doesn't buff itself and make itself impossible to kill. We've got to get rid of the granite because he's going to buff the boss. Then we can go after the boss. Is the boss trying to escape? I don't think so. You're not going anywhere. Yeah, they definitely take good damage from fire. Well, I don't know how this would be with other mobs that are less vulnerable to us, but this is pretty darn awesome against the Devouring Earth at times too. Alright, so land and let him follow me. So now this is the stupid part. We're going to have to walk all the way down 3 levels with this idiot who's not going to be able to run past my minions. And I'm sorry, but I really don't like these like spider claws. I'm just not a fan of the spider theme. Sorry, Peter Parker. Never liked it. Never been a huge fan of Spider-Man. I don't mind Peter Parker as a character, but I've just never liked the concept of a guy whose powers is to be like a spider and spin webs and climb wall. I just never liked it. I don't find anything either scary or interesting about spiders. Now, if he was going to do like a hornet or something, now those are cool. But I'm not a big fan of spiders. Never have been. Not afraid of them. Just don't find them to be romantic or interesting or exotic or cool or any of that. And it looks like the Devoureds are not able to follow us. They're lost over there. And so, too bad. Snooze you lose, guys. They snoozed, they losed. Lost. Whatever. Too bad, so sad. You did not keep up with us. Trying to keep my minions on one side and this guy on the other. We could get ambushed on this level as well. Yep, it looks like we are, but they're coming from behind. So, oh, no, didn't want it. Now we're going to get caught. Because I fell. Alright, minions. Come over here. Don't aggro them. Okay, minions, follow me. I don't mind a lead out like this, where you see the enemy coming and you're like, it's kind of a race and you're strategizing like how to get out. I don't mind that so much. But when there's nobody coming and you're just walking out with the guy and all you're doing is making them follow you, that's just a time sink. Now, I think some of the time when there's nobody coming, it's a bug, right? Like if I hadn't seen them on the map, and back in the day they didn't show up on the map, it just would look like there was no ambush. Right, but there was one, it's just that it was incompetent. And we got out before it caught us. Alright, so we defeated all those Devouring Earth. And we saved the base commander. And we contact Vernon, who says, "You bring good news just in time. My suspicions were correct. These Devouring Earth have all been infected with my force of the Earth. Unfortunately, several other arachno scientists have also uncovered this fact. I fear we will be meeting Arbiter Deus very soon, yeah. And you're going to get me into trouble, you moron. I like this story arc. It's the individual arcs are not that great, but when you put it all together into what would in City of Heroes have been a single arc that they make into these mini arcs, it's kind of a fun story. This guy's interesting. He entertains me, and I mean, if it's entertaining, then the arc has done its job, right? Okay, guys, I think we're going to stop here. I hope you've enjoyed. Until next time, I am Scrapperlock, and this has been City of Villains on the Rebirth server.